3 live from Vegas at the SEMA 2023. And we had to circle around to the Flex Tools booth. Thank you, Chris. I mean, you have helped us be a major hit as we have wandered from booth to booth, supplier to supplier with this Flex stack pack.
You guys have made this work. This is an interesting setup you have, and obviously the stack pack being as versatile as it is, I think just using it as a podcast station. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So just wait. This is beta version. Wait till you see Rod and I's
version 2.0.
2.0 because it's going to be kicking.
So this year's SEMA is a little different. I mean, it wasn't a massive crowd at one time. There were busy times, but it's just been steady the whole time.
I would say it's steady. There were waves of times when it was the shoulder to shoulder, like we've seen in the past. It was definitely waves, and it might be because the SEMA show is so spread out. Like we're now in 4 or 5 halls.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So there's so much stuff going on. But you guys have been a mainstay. What do you remember the first time Flex was at the SEMA booth? How many years?
That was Bob Eichelberg. He did a booth, just a 10x10 with a little tabletop, and was showing our car polishers. I don't even know what year that was, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And now you're taking up 30 by 40.
Yeah, we have our new black and gray color. More upbeat. White carpet in here, that type of thing.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean that really kind of goes into the innovation that Flex has with all of your products, and I think that's one of the differences that sets you guys apart. Is that Flex the power tools in general? There's not just a polisher, right? I mean we're getting a nice little breeze from a fan. You've got circular saws and everything
lights
you can think of, and really the battery innovation is fantastic. So.
I think, like at this show, we wanted to highlight all of our products. We wanted everybody to actually realize all the different power tools that we make.
Yeah.
That's why we do have even our Ego product in our booth. Shervon is one of the largest battery power tool manufacturers in the world. And we have great products like Ego. We have great products like Skill as well as Flex under that same
And we're running
umbrella.
off of an Ego battery right now. We're 100% off the grid podcast. You got a camera, a laptop, 2 speakers, 3 microphones, a soundboard, the internet, charging phones. Jody's got his pacemaker hooked to it. We got it all. And it's all, we've been running off of these giant 400, what are they?
400 amp?
That's a 400 watt inverter with a 56 volt battery. So
there you go.
And we're still pumping,
we
baby.
literally got one light down on this thing, and it's 3:40 in the afternoon. So it has been unbelievable as far as that goes. But that doesn't even scratch the surface. I mean, the tools you guys put out in general, there's a 24 volt battery over there that you can put on the end of a hammer drill, and you can rip lug nuts off all day.
The bottom line, the innovation in the battery technology that our companies come out with has more or less changed the way we use power tools. You can now, more or less get rid of the cord or cut the cord. We've said before, and use the battery powered technology. And over here, last year at SEMA, we had our 100th anniversary. 1922 was when Flex was actually first came out with a product we have in the case here in the booth, showing one of our first rotary polishers. This polisher was manufactured in 1954. It actually still works. This actually sits in a case behind Christian Neuner, our president in Germany, sits at his desk.
And it's actually, what's interesting about it is this is a polisher from 1920, but the serial number I was just looking at, it's 1780. So that's our 17,080, which tells you the volume that Flex has put out. And I am always blown away by the innovations in tools, because it's not an easy process. I mean, to put out a new tool, you go through massive iterations. We've heard some things like when we're talking about the battery powered, some of the larger devices, the polishers, 4 and 5 years of R&D and testing just to get it to the point where it does what you want to do. So it's not an easy task.
Well, I know people come to this show to see a lot of different things. When I walk the floor and I see all of these different other power tool manufacturers that I've never even heard of showing tools, no offense to them or anything, but Flex is a true power tool manufacturer. We stay in our lane more or less, and we make power tools, the bottom line.
Yeah, and some of the stuff we've talked about, we've looked at, like this Ego pressure washer and the vacuums and the blowers and things like that.
Well, the thing I like about the Ego pressure washer is
Yeah.
not only can it connect to a faucet, but it also can connect to a 5-gallon DIY.
Yeah, you just suck water right out of the bucket.
Right into
you
it.
can take it into a boat. I mean, the boat guys were going nuts with this because they could take the pressure washer and the vacuum inside of the boat and not have to get in and out and not
For
have
sure.
to drag cords, which are going to do damage to the outside.
Yeah.
And I think those are the kind of innovations that the industry is going to see as we move forward. But you guys, I'm going to try to put you on the spot, and I apologize. How many different products do you guys currently have? And we're talking in the hundreds.
Oh yeah,
of products.
Yeah. I mean, all the different brands that we manufacture.
Just in the Ego line alone, everything you can. The lights and
there's 70 plus tools on the Ego line right now that you can use the batteries on. I think on Flex we're over 60 now.
Wow.
And then with all the new stack pack and the SKUs and things like that, we're going to be over 100. We consider a SKU a product. So,
right.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and I think that's the thing is people that have never seen the other tools that Flex has would be amazed at what you can accomplish with these things. And, I know we keep going on and on and on about this stack pack, but just the different ideas we've come up with for this thing alone.
Our brains have been going. So.
And, and especially if you're a mobile guy or if you've got a shop that's larger, either way, this thing is it's a productivity.
We all like to stay we all like to stay organized. I think that's important, and it does come down to productivity. I think that's a key point, and the reason being, if you're scrambling to find stuff, that's time. Time means money. So I think that's important.
If you can cut 40 minutes off of a detail, that is just more money in your pocket. You've just increased your hourly rate. And so that is the key to this stuff is productivity and innovation. And that's why some of the tools that I've got personally, the PXE 80, I told the story 100 times. Too bad. You're going to hear it again. But I was able to do a single stage 20-foot boat trailer with 1.5 batteries. And I did a 2-stage polish on this boat trailer.
Yeah,
it was
it's
oxidized.
crazy.
It was insane. I literally thought there's no way we're going to do that. And I was blown away. So the tools, if you get the right training and you get the right tool for the job you're doing, it's invaluable. So if you're still at the SEMA show or you're coming in tomorrow, you've got to step by the Flex booth. Check out all of this stuff, not just the 3401 that you've all seen, heard, and loved, but go around the booth and check everything out.
So I got a fun fact for you before we go.
Okay.
Where did the name Flex come from?
Your muscles.
What was the first product that Flex invented?
Oh, I know.
I've told you before.
One. Yes, I know this.
It has something to do with the PXE 80. And the PXE 80 now has this.
Oh, it's dental.
Dude,
is it dental?
No. It's this flexible shaft is similar to the first flexible shaft that the company made 100 years ago. So people in a factory used to have a motor that sat on the ground, and you had a flexible shaft that came up to your workstation, and you used a foot pedal to use that motor.
Cool. Yeah.
That's what Flex first invented, and that's where the name came from.
That's
so
cool.
100 years later, we come out with this flexible shaft for the PXE 80.
And that's awesome tool. The pads and everything that come with it. This little flexible tool, again, another innovation that makes your job easier. You can get in underneath things, underneath door handles, around mirrors, in areas that normally you're going to damage people. I mean, I've done it. I've taken that, the 3-inch and been like, I can get in here, done. Now I'm fixing something.
Yeah, exactly.
And so those things are going to help you out to do your job, be more efficient. And it just adds to the productivity of your work.
Well, man, we want to thank you guys. Like Rod said, if you're here or you're planning on coming to SEMA tomorrow, make sure to swing by the Flex booth. Check out the entire line of battery powered, and we're talking powered. We're not talking draining super quick and you're switching things out. I mean, we've been using this 400 watt power pack all day, and they're amazing. On the backside is an incredible display of the stack pack technology where you can change it up, mix it up, hang it on the wall, roll it away. And you guys have seen how many booths we've been at. I mean, I think we're doing 10 podcasts yesterday, 8 before, and today's about 6 because Rod and I actually went and looked at some cars.
Nice.
So we actually took a little break. But
it has done something we never thought of, which was invent podcast productivity. And so, go check us out. Go to YouTube,
Subscribe.
@RoadFS and subscribe. Follow all the Flex innovations. We've been lucky enough to be there for some of the reveals of some of your products. We've actually traveled with Chris to some events.
The basement of the Peterson.
The basement
of the Peterson, with Sonex. That was
That's right.
freaking
Go back
awesome.
and check out
some
some
podcasts
old,
on that.
Oh yeah,
we
go check
did,
out some
so.
old YouTubes on that. And if you have any questions at all, reach out to the Flex folks, and they are more than happy to answer your questions.
We will see you guys later.
Bye.